What a thrilling finish for South Dakota State, really proving that third time is the charm. They advance on to their first ever Sweet 16. But the real story today, Teddy Bridgewater making his first media appearance since that devastating knee injury almost 11 months ago. Teddy seemed very positive, but he said the past 11 months have been all about bettering himself and looking to the future. We knew coming into this one that it was going to be a battle on the boards, and if South Dakota State's offense could power through that second nationally ranked Quinnipiac defense, but those 76 points that the Jackrabbits scored against them was actually the most that the Bobcats have given up all year. The Vikings finished with 460 total yards on offense, and Mike Zimmer said it himself, the team comes together when the offense clicks. Caledonia will stay in the state tournament berth. They're going to go on and play Paynesville next week at US Bank Stadium, guys, and after a game like today, I am definitely excited to head back indoors. Nash to Nebraska. Chamberlain's Nash Hutmaker announcing on Twitter today that he is committed to continue his college football career at the University of Nebraska. And can South Dakota State keep their season alive in the Sweet 16? I'm Taylor Budge reporting live in Portland, Oregon. I'll have more on their game against the Ducks coming up. Ethan, a noticeably stronger second and third period for you guys tonight. How were you able to get better as the game progressed? But the real question tonight, can anyone stop the Arrows offense? The Brookings Bobcats, they're looking to do so on the road in this top-ranked matchup. Well, this is my first year not playing fantasy football in quite a while, but if you have the Vikings defense today, you've got to have a pretty big smile on your face as they make franchise history. It's a very special night here at the Birdcage as the Canaries are retiring only their third number in franchise history, and that belongs to Pat Mahomes, who spent 11 years in the majors, a handful of those with the Minnesota Twins. But what does it mean to be back in Sioux Falls, and then most importantly, having your number retired here tonight? And a prime example of that coming from their series in Seattle, already scoring 36 combined runs in just 3 games. It's not uncommon for kids to be multi-sport athletes, but what about being a Division I recruit in 2 sports? SDSU freshman Owen King was a standout both on the hardwood and in football, but it's TJ Otzelberger's staff that gave King the chance to live out his dream. Sometimes in life, it's about tuning out the crowd, listening to your heart, and going with your dream.
As long as I can remember, I've had a ball in my hands, but I think like 3rd grade was probably about the time I started playing organized basketball, and ever since then, it's been pretty much all I've done.
South Dakota State true freshman Owen King knew that when he was young, his dream was to play Division I basketball.
I was always engaged in listening to people, and my dad would take me to older teams practice, and I'd just listen to the coaches and try and learn everything I could and really let it sink in.
We had discussions when he was younger that it's possible, even though there were people telling him it's not possible. And then we would have discussions later, again, stressing don't let somebody else control your dreams or whatever they are.
But a dream is just that if you can't put it into action. Owen had the idea, but not the confidence. He needed that one person to believe in him, to tell him he could.
He loves basketball, he's committed to it. He's everything that I'd want in a point guard.
But what if this point guard's true athletic talent wasn't in basketball? 5.5 hours away from Brookings in the small town of Caledonia, Minnesota, Owen was lethal on the football field. The Big Ten recruit threw 139 touchdowns and more than 8,600 yards as a quarterback at Caledonia High School. The 2017 AP Football Player of the Year went 41-0 as a starting quarterback, leading the Warriors to 3 state titles.
King's pass is complete.
I enjoyed football during football, but the main reason I enjoyed football was just being with my friends that I grew up with and helping them succeed, because a lot of them love football even more.
King's high school basketball career didn't go unnoticed either. He scored more than 2,000 points, was a Mr. Basketball finalist, and guided the Warriors to 4 state tournaments. Football versus basketball. Which one would win? It goes back to having that dream, and it was on the hardwood.
I chose basketball over football just because I've always loved basketball more. I think a lot of people were surprised or shocked with my decision, but I didn't want to do something because other people wanted me to do it. And I like football a lot, and I love the games, but I wanted to play basketball every day.
He needed somebody to tell him that he was going to be able to play Division I basketball. His goal always was to play at the highest level. He kept football open, but his whole point was as soon as someone would tell him that he was going to be able to play Division I basketball, that was it.
That person who gave him a chance was Coach T.J. Otzelberger.
We were familiar with his success as a football athlete as well, and obviously when you're a quarterback, the leadership position you play, and so I fell in love with Owen early on in the recruiting process.
In just his first year at SDSU, Owen is already making an impact.
This kid's earned minutes.
Leading the bench in minutes and is second on the team in assists.
We don't take it for granted at all. The loyalty I have to him is off the charts. I have belief in him that he's an all-conference point guard in this league for multiple years, and so we're going to continue to challenge him to be at his best.
His father coached him from when he started the game all the way through high school. Now that Coach Otzelberger is paving Owen's collegiate career, Dad has to take a step back, and that can be tough for a dad to do.
There's still people to this day that will tell him, I can't believe you didn't go play football. From a young age, he was told numerous times, it's your life, not your mom and dad's, not your uncles, your brothers, sisters, your coaches, it's yours.
From having the dream to embracing the dream,
He hits a big one here.
Owen King is now living the dream.
I'm extremely happy. There's no place I'd rather be right now.
Otzelberger has already expressed interest in Owen's two younger brothers as well. And get this, they're also both quarterbacks. The Jackrabbits close out the regular season on Saturday when they host Western Illinois.
Hey, not bad.
Ever heard of the phrase, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life?
I've seen you do better, but hey, for a Tuesday, you're doing pretty well.
Well, it's true. Dean Boyer has been coaching college baseball since Ronald Reagan was president and thought he was ready to hang up the cleats.
I've got the energy in the voice. The legs do not react to the voice, so I love still doing it, but I don't move around nearly as quickly as I used to.
But he wasn't ready to give it up.
I need counseling every day I get back from practice because of these two guys. Yeah.
This year, he's coming out of retirement as a volunteer assistant coach at Augustana.
We should have hit the ball that hard the other day.
Boyer and his wife recently moved to Sioux Falls to be closer to family. When Vikings head coach Tim Huber heard his old college coach was coming to town, he couldn't pass up on an opportunity to bring him on board.
And so I just said, hey, I know you got the itch. You want to be around the game. We'd love to have you. And for me, it's been great. It's come full circle from my college coach to now he's coaching with us, and just provides so much for our guys. And it's more than just baseball.
I remember the first time he says, hey, this is Coach Boyer. He probably knows more baseball than you'll ever forget. And I said, these guys must really be dumb. There you go.
You may not know it, but Boyer is a college baseball legend.
My first college job was at Minot. I was there for 4 years, and then I found out there was a God. He got me out of North Dakota.
The NSIC Hall of Fame inductee is coming off a 32-year coaching career at Minnesota State Mankato. His teams won more than a combined 1,000 games while being crowned league champions during 22 of those 32 years.
These guys always check to see what I have underneath my blue shirt.
His presence is really cool. Everyone loves having him around, joking around with him, but added on to that, everyone listens to him whenever he's got something to say.
You burner, you!
Before turning to coaching, Boyer played professionally. He even learned from one of the game's best.
Good Lord just blessed me with good coaching when I played, and I was able to play pro ball a couple of years. I played for Cal Ripken Sr. He taught me more baseball in 2 summers than I'd learned in my lifetime.
But it's his love of the game that's impacting the Vikings the most.
I wonder where he got that from.
He's just like this ball of energy that everyone just feeds off of. He's just out here having fun.
He's always telling me dynamite comes in small packages, don't worry about size. I mean, not that I ever worry about it, but he cracks me up all the time.
Dino right here, baby!
You know it, huh, Coach?
Isn't that right there? Dynamite comes in small packages.
And with every pitch and every swing comes a message.
The thing I love telling guys is what you do today, you'll never get it back. And whether you play a game or not, you got to look in the mirror and say, I give them my best shot whether won or lost. I got to feel good about that.
Boyer may be in his mid-70s, but he says baseball is his fountain of youth.
I just love being around young people. It just helps you stay young. And in my job, I'm not crazy about games, but I love teaching the game and see how guys progress and stuff. So that's where I get my satisfaction.
In Sioux Falls, Taylor Budge, KSFY Sports.